Dear Becca, I write, before stopping to stare out the window again. Everything's so small, like a dollhouse world. Tiny matchbox cars zipping down the Mass Pike. From up here, you can't see the people inside. From up here, it looks perfect. That's how my life used to be. I didn't realize it until now. Didn't have anything else to compare it to. But it was. I close my eyes again, but now all I see is that look on Becca's face, almost like I'd slapped her. It was my chance to apologize, to try to make things right, but all I did was make things worse. Me and my big mouth. Guess all that time hanging out with Kennedy finally wore off on me. I press my pen to the paper. I'm sorry. Some turbulence sends the pen jumping across the page, leaving a huge scribble behind. I close the notebook, put the cap back on the pen. I can write to her later. I have the whole flight. The whole summer, really. 2 months to figure out how to fix the mess I made. 7 months earlier. Chapter 1. Maybe everything could have been different if Ms. Nisha, had never approached me in art class. Not that any of what happened after is her fault. It's just that someone, had to be the first domino to fall. The one that sent all the others toppling. And if I think back, it was that moment that set it all into motion. At least as far as Becca was concerned. It was 7th period, the last class of the day before Thanksgiving break. But you wouldn't have been able to tell from peeking into the art room on that gray day. Ms. Patel always had music playing in her room, a mix of her own CDs and student iPhones plugged into her speaker system. We'd rotated into art only a few weeks earlier with the start of 2nd quarter, so I still didn't know her that well, but I already liked her a whole lot more than Mr. Morris, who we'd had for health last quarter. Seemed like his job was mostly to scare us away from trying drugs. I was half listening to the music, some kind of punk mix that my brother would probably be into, while I worked on my portrait drawing. Instead of randomly pairing us with other students in the class, the definition of awkward, Ms. Patel asked us to bring in a photograph of a family member or a loved one. No celebrities, she'd said when Tegan Washington tried to pass off a picture of Timothy Chalamet as a distant cousin. The one I'd been bringing to life the past few classes was a photo of my brother. A snapshot Dad had taken at one of Austin's football practices this summer. Austin and his teammates were goofing off on the sidelines. It was one of those rare pictures that truly looks like the person. Every time I look at a photo of myself, it never quite matches up to the me I see in the mirror, the me I'm used to. And maybe mirror me isn't real me after all, but still. I was shading in the laugh lines around Austin's eyes when Ms. Patel stopped behind me. Her curly black hair was always up in a messy bun, and she had the kind of funky plastic glasses you'd expect on an artist. Like she'd picked them out because she wanted to look interesting rather than pretty. "Nice work, Emma," she said. "That your older brother?" I nodded, not stopping working just because she was there. There were only a few minutes left before the bell would ring, and I wanted to finish his eyes. "I can see the resemblance." She picked up the photograph. Her fingers were flecked with paint, metallic blue and burnt umber. "Really?" I set my pencil down. "Absolutely. It's all about the composition, how your nose, eyes, and mouth relate to each other. The exact same proportions." My heart sank a little. It wasn't like I wanted my art teacher to tell me I was beautiful or something. That would be weird. And it's not like I think my own brother is attractive. Also weird. But there are some things you kind of figure out from living in the world, from seeing how people react to other people. Austin was one of those shiny people, the kind everyone paid attention to when he